Okay, we're back to day 2 of the NSCAC Soccer Hub online debates. Our first debate of today will try to answer the question, are the best players in the state Provincial High Performance Leagues in North America? Well, once again, this is a live webinar, so we'll be able to ask questions. Please introduce those questions on the chat box so we can select some and introduce to our speakers. Also, before we start, I would like you please to click on the like button if everything is okay with the audio and the video, and also for you to introduce some information about yourselves on the chat box, such as your job and the country that you are based in. Okay, guys, please write on the chat box so we can have as much as interaction as possible. So I'm going to introduce in this discussion Jason Blake. Hello, Jason.
Hi, Ricardo.
Hello, good afternoon. David Benning.
Hi,
Hello,
Ricardo.
David.
Hi, how are you? Jason, how are you?
Fine.
Hi, David.
And
Good.
finally, Ian Barker. Hello, Ian. Ian, can you hear us?
Hello, Ricardo. Pleasure to be here.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to leave you
Yes,
guys.
I can.
I'm going to leave you guys and I'm going to be back in 45 minutes. Okay, Jason, don't forget, 45 minutes is all we got to have this discussion, because we're having another panel right after this one. Okay, guys, see you in a bit. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Ricardo. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. So today's topic we're going to talk about is, are the best North American players playing in state provincial high performance leagues? And in order to debate and discuss this topic, we're joined by Ian Barker, who is the Director of Coaching Education at the United Soccer Coaches. And we're also joined by Dave Benning, who is the Director of Soccer Operations at Pickering Football Club. Before we carry on, I just wanted actually to hand over to Dave very quickly, just as he wants to just make a short statement.
Jason, thanks very much. On behalf of so many in our sport, I'd like to thank the people in the medical services and all of those on the front line, essential workers who are trying to keep our lives as normal as possible during this unprecedented time. Our condolences from everyone in our sport goes out to all those who have been affected by COVID-19 and have lost loved ones.
Thanks, Dave. Before we move on, we will monitor the and if any questions come through, we'll bring those into the discussion at the moment. Really, I think just to start, it would probably be good just for, as Ian, you're based in the States and you're based in Canada, just make a short summary of what the high performance is like in your environment. So if we start with...
Do you want some coffee?
Okay, Jason, would you mind to ask the question again, please?
No problem. So, Ian, just probably the best thing to do is to start by explaining the current structures of the high performance leagues within both of our relevant countries. So, David, you're in Canada, Ian's in the US. So, David, I can't see Ian on the screen right now. So, if we start with you from the Canadian point of view.
Sure. Well, one of the things about in Canada now is that most of the provinces are trying to make an attempt to have a standard-based league where every club is being asked to elevate their level of professionalism in regards to organization and program information, to technical and supporting criteria, to administration and finances, to infrastructure and governance. And it's really to get the clubs organized in best practices, to be do due diligence on the field and off the field, administratively and technically. And I know that I can speak more about what's happening in Ontario. And the basis is the fact that Ontario Player Development League is the top league that is based in Ontario. Then there are the regional leagues, which would be the Central Soccer League and Golden Horseshoe League, that I'm aware of the two. There are more. And then you have the district leagues, which are over 20 of them that every club is associated with. So it moves from at U13 where clubs can apply to their regional league and qualify to play in there. And there are licenses that have been handed out to clubs that have applied and met the criteria to play in the Ontario Player Development League. So basically, we're set up in that situation right now, and it's becoming more apparent that every province is trying to do the same thing, from Vancouver all the way to Newfoundland. I believe that Vancouver has moved in the direction and more prepared to play. I believe that Quebec is already on certain standards, and hopefully it will lead to an opportunity for the best in Ontario play against the best in Quebec and the best in the West for a national championship one day, but we're not quite there yet. Everything is still in an early development stage.
Thanks, David. It looks like we might be losing Ian on and off for a little bit, so I'm going to keep you for now.
Sure.
So just to cover the male and female game, how does that look different within the structure that you just described, or is it the same?
Well, right now in Canada, it's the basis that, we try to treat both genders of equality and giving them the same opportunities. Obviously, the men's game is more developed at the top end at the professional level, and the pathways change. But from grassroots up to at least U18, perhaps U21 to senior, where in Ontario we have League One, it's basically the same structure for both sides. And I don't think it should be any different. I think female players should have the same opportunity as the men. It's just unfortunate when we get to the opportunity to get paid to play a game that you love and you have the ability, that it's more available to the men than the women. But basically, from the structures of U13 up in the Elite League, we're aligned with the Provincial Association. We're aligned with the national vision to push the format that the national team programs are using to be 4-3-3. And as we get into the ages of 15 through 17, we have a mandate to try to implement 2 other types of formations and styles of play that allows every club to have an identity of their game model, their playing philosophy, their coach education program. So at first it used to be just a 4-3-3, but I think it's nice that it's elevated or evolved to allowing clubs to have an identity.
Thank you for watching this short preview video from the National Soccer Coaches Association of Canada. To see the full video, plus have access to hundreds of other coaching videos, blogs, webinars, and podcasts, plus free and discounted coach education courses and other soccer merchandise, plus to have exclusive access to register for all future NSCAC conventions, both live and online, click on the link below to become a member of the NSCAC today. Also, please remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, as your continued support allows us to continue to provide coach education and coach development resources to soccer coaches across Canada and worldwide. Thank you again for your continued support, and we look forward to seeing you at future NSCAC events.